Hello and welcome back for day 3. That's right, day 3 of our new series on the Sermon on the Mount. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Now, I want to go back just a little bit. Day 1, we talked about the Beatitudes, and day 2, we talked about Jesus saying we need to be salt and light. Okay, so Beatitudes means the blessings, and then salt and light are the evidences. Maybe that's a good way to put it. But today, we're going to talk about Christ and his relationship to the law of Moses. Okay, so we're going to read Matthew chapter 5, verse 17, and we're going to talk about Christ fulfilling the law. And it says this: "Do not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to" what? What's that next word? "Fulfill. For surely I say to you, till heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one tittle will by no means pass from the law till all is fulfilled. Whoever therefore breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches men to do so shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say to you that unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven." Wow. So Jesus talks about two things here distinctly: the law and the prophets. Okay, so what is the law? The law is the first 5 books of the Old Testament, the Torah. It contains the law of Moses and the 10 commandments. And these were all things that the Jewish people, the Jewish nation, under the Old Covenant were required to keep, right? So it was a blood covenant ratified in the blood of animals. They had to make physical sacrifices for sin. And Jesus said, "I did not come to destroy the law. I came to fulfill it," just like the prophets. So what are the prophets? Okay, the prophets are the books of the prophets: Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. Okay, these are the major and the minor prophets. And within their works, you read things about the coming Messiah. Okay, some things are for the time before Jesus arrived, and some things are for the very last day. And Jesus said, "I didn't come to destroy them at all. In fact, nothing from them will be taken away or nullified until they are fulfilled." And then he says, he goes down and he basically says, "For not one jot or tittle will pass from the law until it's fulfilled." So question: is a Christian under the law of Moses? No. A Christian is not under the law of Moses. You can read the book of Romans, and let me prove it to you. If we were under the law of Moses, then we would have certain customary hairstyles and facial hair rules, certain dietary obligations. We would have to tithe into a temple, but there is no temple. We would have to sacrifice animals, live animals. We'd have to sacrifice them as atonement for our sins. Nobody advocates that we do that. Why? Because Jesus fulfilled, he kept the whole law of Moses. And when he died, he told his disciples right before he died, "This is the new covenant that I make with you, and it's in my blood." You go on to Hebrews. Hebrews says there's been a change of priesthood, went from Aaron to Jesus, and therefore there's a change of law. So for Hebrews to be correct and for Matthew to be correct at the same time, we have to understand that Jesus fulfilled the law of Moses. Otherwise, his sacrifice was not sufficient. So notice he starts, "I've not come to destroy the law or the prophets." And then he says, "Not one jot or tittle will pass from the law until all is fulfilled." So he left the window of time open for prophecy, because prophecy extends to the very last day. Okay? So here's what I'm telling you right here. Jesus was not a lawless man, nor did he promote lawlessness. So you might ask yourself, is it okay to murder? Well, of course not. Of course that's not okay to murder. That's been instituted from the very beginning of time. And guess what? It's not okay now. So, and the apostles taught that you could not murder. Okay? So read through your New Testament. Almost all of the moral commands of Moses, the apostles kept. What did they nullify? They nullified the civil laws and the ceremonial laws. The moral law of God, that law that's written right here in our heart, where God said, I'm going to take out their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh, he kept. And why? Because it's the very character of God. And so, for all of you who worry at times, as a Christian, am I under the law of Moses? No, because you got to remember that law was given to those people and ratified to their descendants. The Bible does not say we've been grafted into the law of Moses. It says we've been grafted into the faith family of Abraham, who, by the way, existed prior to the law of Moses. I hope you got something out of that. If you have any questions about this, please put it down in the comments. I'm happy to go deeper with you on this. This is a lot of stuff to try to pack into one day, and I know it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will see you back tomorrow for day 4 of our series on the Sermon on the Mount. God bless.